So let's just settle into a nice, comfortable seated posture and have both feet flat on the floor, about hips width apart. Feel the sensation of the feet on the floor, and Lou's probably feeling the sensation of the backs of your legs on the surface that you're laying on. You feel the weight of your pelvis or sits bones. Lou, you're probably feeling your sacrum. Hands in the lap. Just feel the warmth, the weight, the pressure of the hands in the lap. And then align your shoulders with your hips and your ears with your shoulders. And imagine your spine is a beautiful string of pearls of light that stretches from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. So just lengthen your spine, putting some space in between the vertebrae. And then go to the crown of the head and relax your scalp and the forehead and the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the area around the mouth, the back of the tongue. Relax the jaw. Relax the back of the head. Relax the temples. So each time you relax a different part of the body, just notice where you thought you would relax your face, and then it maybe relaxes a little bit more. And allow your shoulders and shoulder blades to drop down. Relax the throat and the chest and the belly and all of your limbs. And be aware of the sensation of the air as you inhale and exhale. The nostrils around your chest cavity, maybe the belly. And be aware of any potential distractions. Sound. Vibration. Maybe notifications. Perhaps someone's making coffee in your place and you can smell it. So just allow all of that to be there, trying not to have the mind wander off to meet it. And then check what's arising in your mind. Thoughts. So many thoughts. So just watch them as they rise up. Look at the conversations, maybe check the conversations out. And then try not to judge what's in your mind. Just allow the thoughts to arise, to abide. And just see if you can let those unhealthy conversations go, the ones that don't really serve you that well. And then just thinking about all the people of our life, our loved ones, our strangers, the ones we don't really, get along with, remembering these relationships are not stable due to impermanence. They change, can change, but all the people are still the same as you and me. They want to be happy and they don't want to suffer, and they all have an extraordinary capacity for a Buddha mind. So we'll do this meditation, just a couple of little meditations today, for all these people of our life, and by extension, all the sentient beings. So just go to the crown of the head now and imagine you have this beautiful sphere of white light. It's brilliant, and it's radiant and translucent. So you may not be able to see this light with your mind's eye, but it's just enough to know it's there. Imagine this ball of light contains all the goodness, all the enlightened energy, all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, sages in all the universes. All those beings who are not beyond this earth, who are out there in the mountains meditating or just even walking around, this enlightened energy, just right there above the crown of your head. And then gradually this light ball begins to reduce in size till it becomes about the size, a little ball, maybe an inch in diameter. And then this ball of light dissolves into you through the crown of your head. This absorbs into you and it passes by your third eye chakra, your throat chakra, and it comes to settle at your heart. And then this little ball of light begins to expand once again. And as this light begins to expand, all the solid parts of your body begin to dissolve. So you start your organs, the brain, your lungs, and pancreas, and spleen, and liver, and gallbladder, your intestines, your kidneys, your reproductive organs, all begin to dissolve into light. And then the skeleton, your bones, your skull, teeth all begin to dissolve into light. And the interconnective tissue dissolves into light, the muscles and tendons, ligaments, the fascia, all become light. And then your blood vessels and blood, plasma, cerebrospinal fluid, all becomes light. And your skin, hair, the fingernails. All becomes light. So just see yourself as this light body, and should a distracting thought or sound or smell arise, just dissolve it into light. We'll meditate like this for a few minutes. Now we're moving to it's just a brief practice to contemplate the dissolution process at the time of our death. So one, earth. What is the earth element? What are the physical components of our body? Bones, organs, connective tissue, the cells. So imagine everything dissolving. All the cells begin to shrink. They slow down. So, usually they are continuously in motion. Now slowing down, coming to stillness. Earth. And the internal sign is the sign of mirages. And the second one, water. What is water? Water is all the fluids in the body. The blood, the lymph, the cerebrospinal fluid, the saliva. Again, all continuously moving. Imagine that all that water fluid movement slowing down and coming to stillness. Water. And the internal sign is the appearance of smoke as the water element dissolves into the fire element. And fire. What's fire? The fire is the warmth in the body. The heart and the blood are continuously moving. The blood is constantly generating warmth and distributing in it throughout the body. So imagine the warmth is beginning to dissipate and become cold, becoming still. Fire. The internal sign is the appearance of fireflies, sparks within smoke. As that fire element dissolves into the air element. So air. Air is the air in respiration and breathing. Our breath begins to get shallow and then stops. There is no more movement of air through the nose or the lungs. Oxygen will no longer be delivered to every cell in the body. Imagine slowing the breath down into stillness. Air. And the internal sign is the appearance of a sputtering candle about to go out. So this is the point at which, if you're in a regular hospital and the breathing stops, you are declared deceased. But in Buddhist philosophy, in Buddhist tradition, you're not quite gone yet. So here the air element dissolves into the consciousness. This is the subtle mind that exists below the conscious level. Dissolves without subtle thoughts or concepts. The gross and subtle levels of consciousness have now dissolved into stillness. Consciousness. And the internal sign is clear white light, as brilliant as freshly fallen snow glistening in the sun. Then, out of compassion and care for others, you regenerate the energy of the earth, water, fire, air, and consciousness elements, and propel all the components of a human being back into shape, form, and energy. All the elements are dissolved and re-energized out of compassion for others. And if you do this, this is a very, very simple version of the dissolution process, because we don't do the last two, three. If you do this regularly, you'll develop an appreciation of impermanence. You will appreciate the transient nature of our life. Biologically, cells die and are regenerated. Neurons fire and stop firing. Thoughts arise and dissolve. Appreciating impermanence means that anything I use to identify myself changes momentarily. Earth, water, fire, air, consciousness, physical, non-physical, are just momentary fluctuations. The self we project onto that is a choice. And if that's a choice, then there is more freedom. That is freedom. So now we'll just continue to meditate like that. That was just a very simple version of the dissolution process, and we'll do a more extensive one at another time. But today, the rest of the day, we'll just do 2 single-pointed concentration meditations. Just very short ones. So focusing on your breath. Maybe you can notice impermanence with your own body, within your own body. Sensations arising, changing. Have the thoughts in your mind changed since you started the meditation this morning, 30 minutes ago? So change your position, relax the concentration, maybe open your eyes, and then we'll just go back into meditation for another 3 minutes. Just notice if your mind is traveling. And now just beneath closed eyelids, angle your eyes down slightly and crack your eyes open just a little bit, allow some light in. Have an unfocused gaze. It's probably going to be at your keyboard. And then just feel the weight of your legs and your feet, either on the ground or on the cushion underneath your legs, the weight of your hands in your lap. And see if you can bring your mind back to the same place your body is as you just open your eyes. Allow the light in and reorient yourself. Maybe have something to drink, have some hot water, warm water before you rush off anyway. All right, everyone, thank you so very much. Mary, thank you for hosting. There you are, Coral, and thank you. Thank you, Lou. Thanks, Mary. Thank you, John. Thanks, John. 2 Johns today. Thanks, Rin Chen, Will, Yvonne, Beth, and Beth. 2 Beths, and Rachel, Phyllis, Art, Paul, and Jim. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Lots of love. I will see some of you either this
Thank you
evening
so
or this
much.
evening. Okay,
Thanks,
bye.
Venerable.